Well, what a wonderful Monday. I guess it was until I started hearing some interesting shit about a situation I kind of thought had been solved. So let's get into some shit that we really need to discuss because it's getting a little out of hand, if you will. Let's go. So in past videos I have done on this particular topic, I have not named the person I am talking about. Why? Because I know our community, I know how salty people get, and I also know how insidious this person can be, and did not want to get sued. It seems my inclinations were right on that topic because other creators who have come out to do, fair use videos on a situation that is in many ways still ongoing have now found themselves in hot water. One of these creators, Archive the Wolf, who I failed to mention in my last video on this topic, that is my bad, please go support Archive the Wolf, has made several videos on this topic. Lazy Bedhead was one of the more recent people to cover this topic, and there are numerous others who have made content about this situation that is, by definition, fair use commentary of a situation. This is important, and we're going to get back to that. So both creators, Archive and Lazy Bedhead, have, as of now, making this video, been served copyright strikes by none other than the person that they were commentating on. Like I said, I didn't say this person's name in past videos, but fuck it, we're going to say it. Kero the Wolf. While I myself have not done a big long drama video on the whole situation because I frankly don't do those anymore, I think it's important to say that name so you know the name, so that if you come across another furry channel that you think is really cute and awesome, and it happens to have that name, you know what you're getting yourself into. Now, I'm not going to make any statements on what Kero has or hasn't done. I think I covered that pretty adequately in my last couple videos. Cecil McFly has also done a gigantic video on that. Archive the Wolf has done plenty of info on that. I'm pretty sure there's multiple other channels who have blazed that trail. You know the gig. You've already heard it. What we're talking about today is some of the actions that have been taken by this individual that I take a lot of offense to. Now, this channel, the one you're on now, has, as of right now, never been served a copyright strike. Wait, hang on. Okay, we did get one copyright strike because during a live stream, someone donated a highly copyrighted track by X Japan as part of the media share, which is why media shares are no longer allowed. But other than that, we've steered very clear of that. A couple years ago, I was served some shit on a video I made on the Furry Raiders, which was a two-parter with Wildlife, not to be confused with Dr. Wildlife. They're two very different people. As it stands, that is the only issues we've had, other than a warning for including my sponsor's link that one time. That's it. Now, in the case of the video I made with Furry Raiders and Wildlife, the suit maker, I was given a ding because I included someone's, personal info in some capacity that they did not want to be out there. I was a very young YouTuber at the time. I'd only been on the platform for a little bit. I didn't want to fight it, so, I let the video get deleted and I never said anything. In that case, I don't think it was really justified, but I wasn't about to fight it. I didn't want to deal with lawyers. What's happening now, however, is very, very different. Critically different. Both Archive and Lazy Bedhead, and I'm sure many others, are now finding themselves on the receiving end of copyright strikes. Essentially, someone positing that they have stolen their content or re-uploading it as their own. Now, I have issued a few of these for people wholesale yanking my entire video and re-uploading it with no changes on their channel. That is warranting of a copyright strike. Unless I've given them consent to mirror it, that critically should not happen. In this case, that is not what happened. What happened was a commentary channel, two that I can at least name off the top of my head, took the content and commentated on what was presented, the situation, and presented either their opinion on the situation or their interpretation of the situation. This is covered by YouTube's understanding of fair use. Were clips of Kero's video used? Yes. Were they wholesale ripped start to finish and mirrored on these people's channels? No. No, they were not. In case you're not sure what the, fair use policy is, I'm just going to sit here politely and let it sit on screen for you now. Okay, I think I gave you enough time to read through that. Now, if you are issuing a copyright strike on a channel, this is essentially what YouTube needs you to prove happened. Here you go. Now, if you didn't get a chance to see either of these videos because they were copyright striked and you're very confused why they haven't come back, there's a reason for that. One of the reasons that some creators will abuse the copyright system is to essentially force the other channel to dox themselves when trying to fight the strike. This might sound a bit confusing if you're not a YouTuber yourself, so let me explain. In order to fight back against a copyright strike, you have to provide your legal information, your name. Yikes. So some creators have found themselves on the receiving end of this as a way to threaten to dox them, basically force them to either take it down or be silent, because in some cases, like me, I do not want my personal information readily available to the public. So, say I had made, theoretically, an expose on the Kero the Wolf situation start to finish using clips of his video, and I had been served a copyright strike. You know, as well as I do, that I really don't want to put my information out there. So what would happen is, for me to fight it, I would have to give out my legal name. In my situation, I wouldn't want to do that because I like my privacy. So that's very much what's happened. However, in comes Cecil McFly, who we've mentioned on this channel before, who is now currently mirroring those videos with the consent of the original creators onto her channel and essentially saying, no, fuck you, this is fair use, come for me, I dare you. And if you haven't had a chance to see those videos, I strongly suggest going and checking out her channel, because as far as I can tell, they ain't coming down, and if anything comes raining down on Cecil, she's here to fight. She's here to take names. So, in summation, or basically in summary of what's happened, Kero came back to YouTube. A lot of people, including myself, weren't thrilled with that. A lot of people were, responding to the situation and making fair use responses to what was out there, what was available. And Kero's response has largely been to deny it, issue faulty copyright strikes that may not have full merit. I don't have access to the full emails. There's one set of emails that I'm going to link down below between Lazy Bedhead and Kero that have been provided by Lazy Bedhead. But essentially what's happening is the copyright strike system is being completely abused by a less than desirable YouTuber. I'm not going to accuse him of being or saying anything really, because I gotta be honest, I don't fucking feel like calling up my lawyer today. But the system appears to, from my perspective, be abused to threaten to dox creators who have the audacity to commentate on a situation that is publicly available, which I think is fucked. If you would like to support these creators, go follow Lazy Bedhead, go follow Archive the Wolf, go give them support, and go watch their mirrors on Cecil McFly's channel. They're important, you should see them. Now, to the people in there who might still be Kero stans, I don't know why you're here still, but hi if you're here. Even if you still think there's some ounce of innocence in his side, I'd like to remind you that what is happening right now is a massive abuse of a system meant to silence creators, and it's really fucked up. Now, I could understand if these strikes had come out as like cyberbullying or some form of falsified information. I don't believe they are, but fine. But I think what's happening is he is taking aim at smaller creators with in an attempt to silence them, and that's fucked. Now, I'm not saying anything is concrete here. This is alleged. Disclaimer, I do not have a law degree. I am not a professional at this. I'm very new. I don't know exactly how the system works. I'm only going off of what has been provided by YouTube and what has been discussed by other channels on this platform who are lawyers. I have watched Legal Eagle. I have watched several other things. I read Boozy Badger's tweets religiously. I don't have a law degree, but I follow a ton of people who do. So, as we continue to follow this situation, I would reevaluate how you see this creator, Kero, based on the actions that have happened. In some of my videos, I've talked about, cancel culture being toxic and terrible, and, if you have the proof to show that you're innocent, show it. And I want to clarify that I didn't mean the way you should show it is issue copyright strikes to any channel that has something nasty to say about you. I am sure there are plenty of channels that have called me a piece of shit, told me I can go die, that I'm terrible, that I should jump into the abyss and never come back. And you know what? They're fully entitled to that opinion. Like, I'm not going to issue a copyright strike because they used 2 seconds of a clip in their video to make fun of me. That's fucking stupid. Art is subjective, and this being a fursuit head and me being essentially a character on this platform, it's also subjective. So whether you love me or hate me, I don't particularly care. It's fine. But I don't think it's warranted to copyright strike everyone who has something nasty to say about me. And I don't think it's warranted to copyright strike anyone who has something, like, unflattering to say about Kero. Because, look, they're just going off what's publicly available at the moment. If you would like to provide more evidence yourself, like hard copy evidence debunking things, like we heard some mention of, the logs were faked, and someone had found out how to check that. Hey, where is that? If that was a real thing, can we see that? Can we make that publicly available? Because at this point, it seems like the whole police process is done. So, hey, if there is anything to exonerate you, other than just you talking over emotional music, could you provide that? Or, make something available to the public? Because just striking videos does not make you look good, my guy. It makes you look really fucking guilty, allegedly. But, I mean, look, if you're gonna strike this video for me talking about a situation in a reporting style and naming people currently involved, Kero, fucking go for it, I guess. I don't know why the fuck you would, but you know what? It seems like you are very trigger happy on issuing them. And there's plenty of proof to show that you are the one issuing these strikes. So if you're gonna come for me, fuck it. Okay, sure. I have not used any of your clips. I have only mentioned you by name. I have only presented what is publicly available. And if you still come for me at that point, I guess we all need something to do while the panini is going on, right? I guess this is how you spend your free time, but sure, okay. Otherwise, yeah, that's what's happening, and it's kind of fucked up. I've also been told by some viewers that I'm really, really bad at promoting my own merch, like really bad. So, reminder that we currently have plushies in pre-order if you would like to support that. If that's a thing you want, I guess go for it. Additionally, all my other really cool merch is currently available through Ryu Daiga. That includes dakis, mini dakis, keychains. You don't have to buy anything. Like, if it's a thing that you find interesting and cool, awesome. If it's not for you, that's fine too. I don't really care. Also, we do have a Patreon on here. It helps pay off editors when we use outside editors. Lately, we haven't been doing it as much, so it goes into improving some of my equipment. My last Patreon went to adding a little more memory onto my PC so I can do these videos a little more effectively. But if you'd like to be a Patreon, you can join the lovely group of folks you're going to see at the end of at the end of this video. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day. And I guess I should just close this with saying, Kero, I'm really fucking disappointed in you. If I wasn't disappointed enough in you before, I'm really disappointed in you now. Fucking get bent, dude.